Hi, my name's Ben Osu, you're watching LEP TV and this is the LEP Annual Conference 2018. Just give us your full name and what company you're from.
So I'm Daniel Murphy and I'm from the Gracious Development Group.
And just for, GDPR and data protection, you are happy for us to use this interview as part of marketing and social media assets for the local enterprise partnership?
I'd be delighted, Ben.
Cool. So, Danny Murphy, you are one of the speakers here today. You run a number of bars and venues in town. Just tell us a little bit about what you've learned and if there's anything interesting that you're going to take away from today's conference.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a really fascinating day, to be honest with you, Ben. I think our industry, the bar industry, and especially the independent operator industry, we tend to live in a parallel universe to some of the bigger group companies and certainly with some of the kind of digital and tech movements. So it was just great to see how the LCR and the LEP really apply to our industry as well. So yeah, really exciting.
So how are your companies kind of preparing for the future? What is the next 5 or 10 years looking like for you guys?
Well, from our point of view, we're 8 years old now and we've been growing organically and independently, really, just from our own interests, whereas now we're spending the next 2-3 years consolidating those brands and just kind of fastening in and seeing we're in an interesting period, particularly in the bar and restaurant game, nationally and locally. And then after that, we're looking to kind of hopefully gain some funding or some investment to grow either on a national level or otherwise, really. So that's our plan.
There was a lot of talk about millennials and skills gaps and stuff like that. University and the kind of that educational sector are quite key to hospitality because that's predominantly where you get a lot of your staff from. How important do you think it is that you retain those staff and help them develop and stay within your industry?
Yeah, no, you're dead right. I mean, the bar game's something that's almost it's a rites of passage for somebody. Everybody has a bar job, but what we've always focused on is creating bartenders, not people who work on the floor, but proper servers, and that always comes from A, recruiting the right person, but B, retaining that person, training them properly, giving them the opportunities and the skills to kind of stay within your group, and then just investing in them, really. So, I mean, from our point of view, that is our stock in trade. That is most of our GMs are promoted from within, and so really we just need to we will always, wherever we've got a spare few pounds, we'll invest it in training and invest in the staff because they'll just repay that faith, so it's key, it's crucial.
And just lastly, what would you like to see for the Liverpool City region for the next 5-10 years, even a little bit further ahead?
I mean, obviously the growth that we've had is exciting. Being part of the visitor economy is brilliant. We've got an Airbnb where we meet some phenomenal people. I think just making sure that we stay true to our roots, to be honest with you, and we don't feel as though we're selling out. I'm sure the more money that the place attracts and the more investment that this attracts, we can lose track of our heritage. I think the fact that we've kept a lot of the red brick and the listed buildings and kind of encourage people to develop within those is an example of that from a structural scale, but just, the great thing about Liverpool is it's people, so we just need to keep a sense of who we are. That's the key thing for me.
Thank you very much, Danny.